My siblings, please reach out your hands in prayers over me. Most High, we ask that I may speak with your voice and that we may hear with your heart. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. This is the day our God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. And for clarity, you don't need to continue reaching out your hands over me, but I ask for your prayers as I teach and preach, because again, I'm not somehow better. I'm just called out. May Christ be with you.
And also with you.
A reading from the Good News according to the book of Mark. On Sunday morning, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb and saw the stone had been rolled away from the entrance. She ran to Simon Peter and to Jesus' favorite disciple and said, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb. We don't know where they have put him." Peter and the other disciple started for the tomb. They ran side by side until the other disciple ran faster than Peter and got there first. He bent over and saw the strips of linen cloth lying inside the tomb, but he did not go in. When Simon Peter got there, he went into the tomb and saw the strips of cloth. He also saw the piece of cloth that had been used to cover Jesus' face. It was rolled up and in a place by itself. The disciple who got there first went into the tomb, and when he saw it, he believed. At that time, Peter and the other disciple did not know that the scriptures said Jesus would rise to life. So the two of them went back to the other disciples. This is the gospel of Christ.
Praise to you, Lord Christ.
And I want you to notice that after homily it says share reflections. In our congregations, I teach and then there's a teach back. There's an everybody. So I want your reflections. I'm enriched by them. So being able to do the 3 days of Easter at NorwestCon is something that I have enjoyed for these decades. My little sister shoved me into that. And I was really reluctant there at first, but it's good to gather together with people who know exactly what it is to transform. Exactly what it is to stretch our minds and spirits to encompass something new and wonderful. It's a great group to celebrate Easter with. And I want us to focus largely on Acts because I think in our current time frame, Peter's learning about the wideness of God is really important. Jesus didn't particularly stand out from the other wandering rabbis, the other wandering teachers throughout this land, except something in him drew crowds, drew people, drew change, and people followed. And as you follow more, you change more. And Peter's life was making fast decisions on the ship and sorting the catch, what's worthy, what's not worthy, throwing back what isn't worthy. He was raised in a theology that said, we're special and the other people need to be dead or gone. These are very human and more than a little bit present here today in our society. And Jesus asked him to do more, to be more, to dream more, to see more, and to gather more into his nets. To see more is worthy. And it's Peter that gets these visions of the wideness of God. Paul goes on the mission trips, but Peter's the one who sees people from around the world hearing God in their own language. And yes, the world at this time was the Mediterranean world, but today it was the world. Peter's the one who gets the dream of the sheep descending and told to eat absolutely everything because none of it's unclean. It's Rocky who gets these pushes to open up. And this is one of them. Now I am certain that God treats all people alike. God is pleased with everyone who worships them and does right, no matter what nation they come from. And remember the commands we've got: love God and give it everything. Love each other and ourselves. Frankly, I think in this day and age, the loving ourselves is really hard for most of us who do pretty good loving each other. And the loving each other is most hard for the people who do pretty good at loving themselves. You know, it's a balance point. It always comes down to balance, right? This is the same message God gave to the people of Israel, to offer peace. To offer peace. And then I want you to think about Colossians. You've been raised to life with Christ. Now set your heart on the things above, the better things, the things where we've got Christ in charge. Set your mind on those things. Think about what's there, not about the mud and the blood. Now, it's not that we can float along and not get the mud and the blood, right? But it's about where your focus is. And to keep our focus on where Christ is in charge, where our merciful advocate is in charge, where we are reminded that we are Christ's body. That's what we need to be able to walk through the mud and the blood in a way that walks Christ into the mud and the blood. We cannot be Christ's body if we are not full of Christ. So we have to tank up. We have to nourish our spirits and connect ourselves to this love incarnate to be able to do any of the things we need to do to love on people. And we need to do a lot of loving on people. So I want you to hear that the stuff you hear out of the progressive church is right here. It's not new. I swear it's not new. This is what it's been saying all along. And we swept the world of the time by loving on people, by taking care of the sick, by taking care of widows, by taking care of, the aliens dwelling among us. That's how we became this large community, by doing just that. We need to be Easter people. We need to be resurrection people. And we need to go out and do the same healing and feeding that he did. And I want you to remember, he didn't tell you what to believe. He told you what to do. How to be. Not even really what to be. Because if you do it, and you do it all in, it changes you. So those are the pieces that are on me to see to you. And now I'm going to turn off the recording. Because only I have to go out there for what I'm saying in public. And I want you to share with me what speaks to you.